to Orlando, Florida today at Camping World Stadium for what ought to be a terrific matchup in the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Cincinnati's offense comes onto the field first today. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a win.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hawkins. Guys, let's chat a minute about Cincinnati. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
The Bearcats will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So Marshall's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun. Give on the inside. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. He gets it past the chains, and it'll be a first down for Marshall. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Snagged out of the air. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Marshall! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
Man, it's so nice to have guys out wide that you just trust that you can feed the football, and this guy will do the rest, will cross that goal line, will take care of you, make you look like a genius. That's that kind of guy right here.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Makes the grab. It's Pickett. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Rides to the back. And some room to work. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Hawkins. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd and long. Jones wants to throw it. And the incomplete pass will wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Marshall is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. And the Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Caught in the backfield, it's Russell. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll send the back in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Marshall trying to make this red zone trip pay off. The give to the tailback. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Gets rid of it. Touchdown, Hurd! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll ride the hot hand. Makes it past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Offense working from the pistol. They try to pop a run on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. The Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Jones to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Jennings. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Oh, he's got some space. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to run, it's Hawkins. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He caught it. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Leaves it with the back. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up the 3 spot before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. Right down the boulevard. Had to settle for the field goal. And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy. So they get the late field goal right before
before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, several notable storylines there, and a first half of a Cure Bowl that absolutely had its moments. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Cure Bowl.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Bearcats will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Brings it back out to his own 29-yard line before going out of bounds, and his offense will have the ball there. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. He'll keep it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. The give on the option. Breaks into the open. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good at zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Out of the gun, the give to the back. He's like a loose bowler, just caroms his way to the 32.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, the lead still at 11.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The play action fake. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Caught close to the marker. It's Jennings. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. And the Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the ground with the back. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They go to the ground. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks the tackle. Got some room into the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to pound their way in. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Trying to punch it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his 2nd of the day, this one from 23. Absolutely center cut. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss.
There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. He's now up to 52 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Toss sweep to the right. Got enough for the first. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Going to the running game. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Still looking on the move. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got him downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. And wait, it's just 2nd down, and the field goal kicker's out. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the time. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Jones wants to throw it. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.